Well, hello there, friends, and welcome back to Royalty USA. I am James Carter, your royal news reporter, and today I have a story that is going to make every single one of you sit up straight and feel something genuinely warm and genuinely proud. Because today we are not talking about drama or conflict or royal rifts or palace scandals. Today we are talking about something far more beautiful than any of that. Today, we are talking about a comeback, the most extraordinary comeback in the history of the modern British monarchy. And we are talking about the experts, the respected, credentialed, deeply knowledgeable people who study the royal family for a living, who are now saying out loud what millions of people around the world have been feeling in their hearts for a very long time. Princess Catherine of Wales is now the most important royal of 2026, and William, our future King William, is standing right beside her, prouder than he has ever been. Now, before we get into every beautiful detail, I want to remind our wonderful Royalty USA family, if you are new here, please hit that red subscribe button right now and tap the bell so you never miss a single cup of royal tea. We are here every single week just for you. And today's story is one that is going to stay with you long after the video is over. Let us start with the expert who said it most clearly and most powerfully. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams, one of the most respected voices in royal commentary, who speaks regularly to GB News, Marie Claire, Fox News Digital, and the People's Channel, gave an interview that has been shared across the royal watching world. And what he said was simple and direct and completely extraordinary. Speaking exclusively to the People's Channel, Richard Fitzwilliams said, "I think that the fact that Princess Catherine is doing more is very important because she is so popular. Both of the Waleses are. She also has significant influence over fashion. She is an icon helping produce and launch brands. With the continued improvement of her condition, she will be a standout member of the firm and a key to the family in 2026. Today.com, a key to the family, a standout member of the firm, an icon, said by Richard Fitzwilliams, a man who has spent decades studying the royal family and who does not use words like that lightly. Friends, when a respected royal expert calls Princess Catherine the key to the royal family, that is not a compliment. That is a statement of fact. That is an expert looking at the landscape of the British monarchy in 2026. With all its challenges and all its changes and all the extraordinary pressures it is navigating, and pointing directly at one person and saying she is the one who holds it all together. And I want you to think about what that means in the context of everything Princess Catherine has been through. Because, friends, the word comeback does not even begin to capture this story. This is not a comeback. This is a resurrection. Just over 2 years ago, Princess Catherine was in a hospital bed recovering from abdominal surgery. Then came the cancer diagnosis that stopped the whole world. Then the months of chemotherapy that she endured quietly and privately and with extraordinary grace. Then the long recovery, the slow return, the careful rebuilding, one engagement at a time, one public appearance at a time, one small step after another, toward the life and the role that she was born for. And now here she is. Catherine's public role had inevitably changed after what Richard Fitzwilliams described as a difficult period. He told GB News, "Catherine has had a very difficult period. Also, she is balancing things. Above everything else, health is important, because without that, you cannot operate and function. Health first, always health first." And Princess Catherine understood that. She did not rush back. She did not force herself onto the public stage before she was ready. She took the time she needed. She healed. She rested. She rebuilt her strength. And then, when she was ready, she came back, fully, completely, magnificently. Fox News. Richard Fitzwilliams said the Princess of Wales's evolving approach to royal duties also reflected her growing emphasis on causes close to her heart. He explained, she believes in the outdoors and nature and so on, as we saw in those recent videos. The Waleses unquestionably have got this unique profile with people longing to see them. People longing to see them. That phrase, friends, longing, not just wanting, not just interested, longing. That is the word a royal expert used about William and Princess Catherine. And if you watched what happened in Italy just 2 weeks ago, if you saw those thousands of people pressing forward at barriers in Reggio Emilia, if you heard about the woman who trembled after shaking Princess Catherine's hand, if you saw the teachers who cried when she left their school, you understand exactly what longing looks like when it is finally fulfilled. Fox News. Now, let me tell you about what Marie Claire reported in their coverage of this story, because they added something that I think is absolutely essential to understanding the full picture. The Prince and Princess of Wales have emerged as the leaders of the royal family, and from their recent house move to Forest Lodge to major changes to their official roles. In 2026, the royal couple has been front and center. The future king and queen have taken on more responsibilities already this year, with Princess Catherine noticeably scaling up her public appearances. Scaling up. That phrase tells you everything about the direction this story is moving in. Not holding steady, not maintaining the same level, scaling up, more engagements, more international travel, more causes championed, more of Princess Catherine showing the world exactly who she is and what she is capable of. CBS News. And what is she capable of? Friends, let me count the ways that 2026 has already shown us. She launched the Foundations for Life Guide at the University of East London. She flew to Italy alone for her first overseas trip in 3.5 years. She received the Primo Tricolore, Italy's highest honor, for her work on early childhood development. She made an entire Italian city come to a standstill. She spoke broken Italian to children because connection mattered more than perfection. She received the Diana comparison from people who actually knew and worked alongside Princess Diana. And she came home and was already asking, where is next on the map? That is who Princess Catherine is in 2026. And Richard Fitzwilliams is right. She is the key to the royal family. She is the standout member of the firm. She is exactly what the monarchy needs at exactly the moment it needs her most. Now I want to tell you about William, because this story is not just about Princess Catherine. It is about the two of them together, and the way William has shown up for his wife and shown up for the monarchy in 2026 is every bit as remarkable as Princess Catherine's triumphant return. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams told Marie Claire William early on laid down the markers for his apprenticeship before becoming king. Priority and privacy for his family. Priority and privacy for his family. That has been William's North Star from the very beginning, and everything he has done in 2026 reflects that commitment. He did the school run while Princess Catherine was in Italy. He scaled back engagements during the children's school holidays. He stood beside his wife at every public appearance with the kind of quiet pride that does not need words or cameras or announcements. Time, Richard Fitzwilliams told Fox News Digital. William and Princess Catherine have been determined that their children will have as normal an upbringing as possible, and that their privacy and well-being will have a priority. This was clear from the beginning. The balance they have struck with releasing photographs and arranging appearances of their children in exchange for privacy seems an excellent one, an excellent balance, said by one of the most respected royal experts in Britain. And when you look at what that balance looks like in practice, the Norfolk Grass anniversary portrait, Charlotte in the Daisies, Louis's birthday video, Otto the puppy on his first birthday, you see a family that has figured out something genuinely difficult. How to be royal and human at the same time. How to give the world enough to feel connected without giving away the private life that their children deserve. CBS News and Friends, let me tell you about something that happened just last week that I think captures William and Princess Catherine's 2026 perfectly. William went to the Isles of Scilly on a solo working trip. He visited a hospital. He met local families. He talked to fishermen and community workers and ordinary people doing extraordinary things in a small island community. And then, because he is William, he got pulled into the Great British Scone debate. Cornwall says jam first, then cream. Devon says cream first, then jam. And William, standing in Cornwall, came down firmly on the Cornish side. Jam first. He is often praised for his relatability according to royal experts. Relatability, that is the word. Because a future king who gets passionate about the correct way to eat a scone, who makes ordinary people feel like he is one of them while simultaneously carrying the weight of an ancient institution on his shoulders, that is a man who understands what modern monarchy needs to be. And standing beside that man, being the key to the royal family, scaling up her public appearances and her international ambitions, and her extraordinary impact on the world, is Princess Catherine. I also want to tell you about the curling, because it is such a perfectly William and Princess Catherine story that I cannot leave it out. When they visited Stirling's National Curling Academy in Scotland earlier this year, Olympic silver medalist Bruce Mouat was there, and he told Hello Magazine something that made me smile all day. He said, "I was starstruck, to be honest. They walked into the ice rink just like two normal people would. It was so cool having the prince and princess shaking hands with us, chatting and wishing us good luck. I thought it was really special that they came along, and I was honored to have the opportunity to teach them how to curl, just like two normal people." Said by an Olympic champion who has competed on the world stage and stood on medal podiums and done things that most of us can only dream of. And the thing that starstruck him was not the titles or the protocol, or the fact that the future King and Queen of England walked through his door. It was how normal they were, how warm, how genuinely interested in what he does and how he does it. Today.com. That is the magic of William and Princess Catherine. That is what Richard Fitzwilliams means when he says she is the key to the royal family. That is what Marie Claire means when they say the Wales family have emerged as the leaders of the firm. It is not the titles or the palaces or the ceremonies that make them extraordinary. It is the way they make every single person they meet, from Olympic champions to Italian teachers to ice cream shop owners in the Isles of Scilly, feel like the most important person in the room. Now I want to close today by zooming out and looking at the full picture of what Princess Catherine has built in 2026, because I think it deserves to be seen in its entirety. She came back from cancer. She flew to Italy alone and conquered a country. She received Italy's oldest and most precious honor. She made the Diana comparison not as a burden, but as the highest possible compliment. She launched an international expansion of her early childhood mission. She is already planning her next overseas trip. She is the key to the royal family, and she is only getting started. Richard Fitzwilliams told GB News, Catherine's Italy trip marks the start of a new normal for royal overseas visits. Future tours are likely to be more carefully tailored around the princess's health, family life, and personal priorities. A new normal, carefully tailored, health first, family first, mission always. That is the Princess Catherine model for 2026 and beyond, and it is working, magnificently, brilliantly, completely working. Fox News and William, standing beside her at every step, doing the school run when she needs to travel, doing the scone debates and the curling lessons and the hospital visits in the Isles of Scilly, being the future king who is molding the monarchy quietly and deliberately and with absolute clarity of purpose. William is the proudest man in England right now, and he should be, because Princess Catherine, His Royal Highness the Princess of Wales, future Queen of England, cancer survivor, Italy conqueror, key to the royal family, is having the year of her life. And friends, the best is absolutely still to come. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today here at Royalty USA. I am James Carter, your royal news reporter, and this story is one that has genuinely filled my heart this week. If it filled yours too, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with every single person you know who loves Princess Catherine and Prince William. And please subscribe to Royalty USA right now, because we have so much more wonderful royalty coming, and I want you here for every single drop of it. Leave me a comment below. What has been your favorite Princess Catherine moment of 2026 so far? Italy? The anniversary portrait? The birthday portrait of Charlotte? I want to know everything. I read every single comment, and I love every one of you. Until next time, God save the King. God bless America. I am James Carter, and Royalty USA will see you very soon, darlings.